Something historic is unfolding right now, and if you are hearing this, you are already part of a moment people will look back on and say, that was the week everything changed. For years, the whispers, the rumors, the speculation have echoed across financial circles, and yet most dismiss them as impossible dreams. But tonight, in 2025, we are not talking about whispers anymore. We are not talking about what-ifs or late-night theories in private chat rooms. We are talking about breaking news that is being confirmed across the nation. 160 official exchange centers prepared to process Iraqi dinar and Vietnamese dong this very week. This is not a rumor. It is a controlled and historic rollout, one that could change the lives of everyday holders forever. Ladies and gentlemen, let me make this clear from the start. For decades, ordinary people have waited patiently for this moment. They have studied every central bank announcement, followed every piece of news from Baghdad and Hanoi, and endured years of doubt and ridicule from skeptics who said this day would never come. But those same people now find themselves standing at the edge of history, because tonight, confirmation has arrived. 160 exchange centers, strategically placed across the country, are fully prepared to begin processing the Iraqi dinar and the Vietnamese dong. The doors are not scheduled for someday. They are scheduled for this week. Staff have been trained, security has been heightened, and the systems have been calibrated. For the very first time, this process is moving from speculation into reality, and that reality means change for families, change for communities, and change for every single holder who dared to believe in the promise of revaluation. Now let's slow down and let this sink in. This is not about a single bank location running quiet tests. This is not about screenshots circulating in hidden chat rooms. What we are witnessing is a coordinated national rollout. 160 exchange centers verified, secured, and staffed with financial officers whose only job is to process IQD and VND. These are not regular bank branches where you see long lines of everyday customers with paychecks in hand. These are specialized financial hubs with private entrances, private rooms, and staff sworn to secrecy. If you were to walk inside one of these centers, you would not see chaos or confusion. Instead, you would see controlled order, where each individual is guided through the process step by step, from verification to scanning, to sitting across from an officer who confirms the exchange. The atmosphere is professional, serious, and heavily protected, because this is not just a financial process, it is a historic transformation. But here's where the story deepens. Insiders have revealed that not every dinar or dong holder will experience the exact same process. There are levels, tiers, and priority lists that have been quietly maintained for years. Those who registered early, those who followed instructions carefully, may receive first-wave appointments before the general public even knows it has begun. That means as you listen to this broadcast right now, it is entirely possible that exchanges are already happening in private behind closed doors. Families may already be walking out of these centers with life-changing confirmations, their years of waiting finally rewarded. This stage rollout is designed to prevent chaos, protect the financial system, and keep the process controlled. But make no mistake, the gates are opening, and when they do, every legitimate holder will eventually have their turn. The question, of course, is why now? After all these years of waiting, after all the ups and downs, why flip the switch in September 2025? The answer lies in a combination of global pressure and local reform. Iraq has reached critical economic benchmarks demanded by international regulators. Their reserves are at historic highs. Their gold stockpile has grown. Their inflation rates have been tamed. Oil revenues are being moved into a transparent system strong enough to sustain international confidence. Meanwhile, Vietnam has quietly built one of the fastest growing economies in Asia, with a trade surplus that shocks analysts year after year. For decades, their currency has been artificially suppressed, waiting for the right moment to rise. And now, with global markets realigning and secret agreements made in boardrooms far from public view, the green light has been given. That green light has activated the exchange center rollout we are now witnessing in real time. Behind the scenes, The level of preparation has been extraordinary. Insiders confirm that staff have been trained under tight security protocols. Currency scanners have been calibrated with precision. Cash counters have been delivered and tested. Confidential briefings have been held in locked rooms. Armed guards have been stationed to ensure no disruption. Every detail has been designed with one purpose in mind: to process IQD and VND holders efficiently, quietly, and securely. The exchange centers are not like everyday bank branches where tellers greet customers at windows. These are hubs designed for privacy, protection, and professionalism. When you arrive, you will not stand in line with others. You will be screened, escorted into a private room, and seated across from a financial officer, prepared to guide you through the process step by step. This is about respect for the holder, about protecting the integrity of the process, and about ensuring that history unfolds without chaos. Think about what this means for ordinary people. A single mother who quietly saved extra notes for her children's future. A retired veteran who invested years ago in hope of a better tomorrow. An everyday worker who was mocked by friends for believing in revaluation. Tonight, those same people can lift their heads with pride because the moment has arrived. Exchange centers across the country are opening their doors to them, signaling that it is finally time. This is not just about currency, it is about dignity. It is about hope being validated. It is about ordinary people who dared to dream being given a chance to change their lives. When history looks back on this moment, it will not just see numbers typed on a screen. It will see families freed from financial struggle, communities transformed, and lives forever altered by the courage to believe and the patience to wait. Now here's the part that adds both suspense and caution. Security at these centers will be extremely tight. We are not talking about ordinary bank security. We are talking about armed guards, surveillance cameras, biometric systems, and compliance officers trained specifically to detect fraud or irregularities. Holders with counterfeit notes, incomplete documents, or unverifiable receipts will not be allowed to proceed. The system has been designed to protect legitimate holders while ensuring that bad actors are turned away immediately. This is not a free-for-all, it is a carefully controlled financial operation. For legitimate holders, the process will be smooth and respectful. For those attempting to take shortcuts or present questionable currency, the outcome will be rejection. So if you are preparing, make sure your documentation is in order, your identification is valid, and your receipts are ready. This moment is too important to risk by being careless. Preparation is everything. One of the most striking details revealed is that the first wave of exchanges will not be public. The general public will not see it happening at first. Instead, early notifications and private appointments will be quietly issued to those who registered and were approved in advance. That means while most holders are still waiting for confirmation, a select group may already be inside these centers, completing their exchanges right now. Imagine what that means. Somewhere across the country at this very moment, a family could be seated across from an officer, handing over their Iraqi dinar, and hearing the words, "Your exchange is complete." Their lives are changing not tomorrow, not next month, but right now. This staged approach ensures the system does not get overwhelmed and protects both the banks and the holders from unnecessary risk. For everyone else, the call will come, but timing is everything. Let's talk about location. These 160 exchange centers are not randomly placed. Documents confirm that they are strategically positioned across every region of the country to ensure maximum flow and efficiency. This was not designed overnight. It has been carefully mapped out to cover urban hubs and regional access points, ensuring that legitimate holders are never too far from a processing center. Each center has been equipped with secure entrances, separate from regular banking activities, so the public never confuses this rollout with everyday banking. These are not tellers at a counter. These are specialized officers behind locked doors. The strategy is clear: move large volumes of people quietly, privately, and efficiently without disturbing the wider financial system. That level of planning tells us this is not temporary. This is a system designed for long-term operation, Ready to expand if the first phase succeeds without disruption? Now the question arises, what triggered the final green light? According to insiders, it was Iraq's quiet but powerful message sent just last week. In a secure communication to international partners, the Central Bank of Iraq declared simply, "We are ready." Those 3 words set off a chain reaction across global financial institutions. The United States Treasury, international regulators, and major banking systems moved in action immediately. Within hours, the rollout plan was activated, and preparation accelerated into full swing. Without that message, none of this would be happening. But with it, the gates opened wide. That is why this week, not next month, not next year, is the appointed time. Iraq's readiness was the missing piece, and once they delivered it, the global machinery was free to move forward. This wasn't an accident. It was the final piece of a carefully timed international agreement. But remember, this is not just about Iraq. Vietnam is also stepping forward. For years, Vietnam's economy has been one of the quiet powerhouses of Asia. Their exports have grown, their trade surplus has shocked analysts, and their government has maintained a currency held down artificially for decades. Now, with global economic realignments reshaping markets, Vietnam is ready to let its currency reflect its true power. That is why these exchange centers are not prepared for just one currency, but 2, the Iraqi dinar and the Vietnamese dong. Together, they represent the largest coordinated currency reset in modern history. Analysts have long speculated about when and how Vietnam would join this transformation. Now we know. The plan has been carefully timed to bring both nations into the process at once, creating a wave so powerful it will ripple through global markets for years to come. Ladies and gentlemen, imagine walking into one of these centers. You will not find crowded lobbies or noisy lines. Instead, you will pass through a secure entrance, be guided by staff into a quiet private room, and sit face to face with an officer trained to handle this historic moment with professionalism. Your currency will be scanned, verified, and logged. The conversation will be private, respectful, and confidential. And then, the moment will come. The numbers appear on the screen, the exchange confirmed, and your life changed forever. Every detail has been designed to protect you, to ensure safety, and to prevent chaos. It is not a rushed process. It is a carefully managed one. This is why people have waited. This is why patience mattered. Because when it happens, it will not feel like chaos. It will feel like history being written in real time. But we must also face reality. Not everyone will walk away with the same experience. Those who prepared properly, those who kept their documentation in order, those who followed instructions, they will find the process smooth and rewarding. Those who ignored the warnings, who held counterfeit notes, who failed to maintain proof of purchase, they will face rejection. The system is designed to protect itself, to protect legitimate holders, and to ensure only verified participants are rewarded. This is not a free ride. It is not a loophole. It is a controlled system meant to protect fairness. So if you are a holder listening now, ask yourself, are you ready? Do you have your identification, your receipts, your notes prepared? Because when the call comes, there will be no time to scramble. You will either be ready or you will miss your moment. And let's not forget the human side of this story. For every statistic, there is a face. For every policy, there is a family, a mother saving for her children's education, a veteran hoping for stability in retirement, a small business owner who dreamed of finally having enough to expand. These are not abstract numbers. These are real people whose lives are about to be transformed. For years, they were laughed at. They were told they were chasing illusions. They were dismissed as dreamers. But tonight, they stand vindicated. Tonight, they are the ones who can look skeptics in the eye and say, I believed, I waited, and it happened. That emotional weight cannot be overstated. This is not just financial history. It is personal history for millions of ordinary holders who dared to hope against all odds. Here is where suspense reaches its peak. Even as we speak, it is possible that the very first exchanges are happening quietly in undisclosed locations. Appointments may already be underway. Families may already be hearing those life-changing words, your exchange is complete. If that is happening tonight, it means the process has officially begun before most even realize it. And when the wider rollout opens, the system will already be moving in full swing. Think about what that means. It means this isn't a future event. It's unfolding right now this week across 160 centers nationwide. This is not a dream. It is not a rumor. It is history in motion. And the only question left is, will you be prepared when your moment arrives? Because readiness will separate those who succeed from those who miss their chance forever. So what should holders do right now? The answer is simple but urgent. Prepare. Make sure your identification is current. Organize your receipts. Ensure your notes are authentic and properly stored. Stay alert for notifications or calls. Do not wait until the last second. Do not assume you can rush at the final moment. The system will not wait for anyone. It will move forward in stages, and if you are not ready, you risk being left behind. This is not a time for hesitation. It is a time for careful, disciplined preparation. Those who treat this moment with seriousness will be the ones who benefit. Those who dismiss it, delay it, or take it lightly may regret it for the rest of their lives. Preparation is not optional. It is the key that opens the door to your new future. AF-17 insiders are also confirming one final revelation. These 160 centers are only the beginning. If the rollout proceeds smoothly, hundreds more centers could quietly open in the weeks ahead. That means this is not just a one-time event. It is the start of a long-term system designed to process every legitimate holder. No city, no community will be left behind. The transformation will spread across the nation and eventually across the globe as Iraq and Vietnam take their place in the new financial order. This is bigger than numbers on a screen. It is bigger than one country or one economy. It is a global shift that will reshape markets, redistribute wealth, and change the future of countless lives. The scale of this cannot be overstated. This is history unfolding in our lifetime, and you are witnessing it right now. So here we are, September 2025. The Iraqi dinar and the Vietnamese dong are stepping into the spotlight. The exchange centers are opening. The systems are live. The process is real. For years, this was only a dream, a hope, a whisper shared quietly among believers. Tonight, it is reality. The countdown has already begun, and history will not wait. You have a choice. You can prepare, stay ready, and walk into this new era with confidence. Or you can ignore the signs, doubt the moment, and risk being left behind. The doors are opening whether you are ready or not. So take this seriously. Stay alert, because when the call comes, your life will change forever. This is breaking news. This is the historic reveal. This is the week everything changed.